Let us rest and rejoice in this fabulous, fabulous feeling of this rain. We're so blessed to have this moisture. The lands need it, we need it, the animals need it to live and flourish. And it feels so good to be sitting still and listening to it. I thank you, God Spirit, for this time together, to be with each other, and to relax in this fabulous, beautiful Sunday morning. And so it is. I don't see Patti Hummel this morning. She was to do our spiritual thought, I think.
She's on Zoom.
Oh, is she?
Hi.
There you are.
Yeah, sorry. I have a cold and I didn't want to come spread it around. So
okay, well,
I'm Zooming today.
I'm glad you're with us. Thank you.
I'm glad to be there. I wish I was there to hear the rain on the roof. I always like that sound.
Yeah.
But I can hear it on my roof. So anyways, yeah, there's the weather's been really tough up at Tenaya, and there was an accident up there, and I stopped to help, and it was a friend of mine ran her Subaru off the road, and luckily she went up the hill instead of down the hill. But I got pretty soaked, and I still have not unfroze myself. But anyways, I'm here and we're talking about the new themes for the month. As Joe said, there's the great I am, which that is a biggie. There's also conscious mind and purposefulness. So I've decided to talk about conscious mind because it's something that it took me a while. It took me a while to figure that out. One of the first things I recall when I started formally studying science of mind was there was this focus on conscious mind versus subconscious mind, or objective versus subjective mind. I found it rather confusing. And as I said, it took me a while. On page 33 of the Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes says, we have a conscious mind that operates within a subjective field, which is creative. The conscious mind is spirit. The subjective mind is law. One is a complement to the other, and no real individuality could be expressed without a combination of both. I still didn't quite get it. I mean, I always thought that my subconscious mind was the one that always caused my troubles. At least that's what my school counselors used to tell me. Even though my conscious mind knew better than to do something I would regret or was against the rules, like smoking in the girls' room, I'd do it anyways. Then I'd get caught. And some school counselor would tell me I subconsciously wanted the attention. Well, that may be true to a point. That explanation only satisfied my parents. I mean, what is this subconscious mind and why is it always getting me into trouble? It took me a while. I started getting a clue when I began reading the Seth material back in high school. Jane Roberts, the author and channel for this being named Seth, said that as you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap in your body and environment. Whatever your conscious mind assumes and believes to be true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring to pass. Whatever you habitually think sinks into the subconscious. Well, okay, so if I think this, then my subconscious is going to agree with me. All right, it's starting to make a little more sense. It still was taking me a while. So basically, this is where the power of affirmation comes in. Unfortunately, I thought that affirmations were a bunch of poppycock. I mean, why would I state that I'm healthy and I'm happy when I'm sick as a dog and pissed off at the world? That was illogical. And I'll tell you, this Star Trek fan was having none of that. None of that. That didn't make sense. It wasn't until I found myself in an abusive alcoholic marriage and discovered Melody Beattie's book, Codependent No More. That's when the power of gratitude and affirmations began to make sense. Well, I mean, they still didn't make sense, but man, I was desperate. I was willing to try anything. Those were some dark days, but things started working for me. Alaric Hutchinson, in a book called Living Peace, The Essential Teachings for Enriching Life, explains that when we're using the law of attraction, or in our case, affirmative prayer, and you're trying to manifest your desired reality, it's not simply enough to shift one's conscious thoughts, where it's actually our beliefs that attract the reality. Our thoughts are of our conscious mind, and our beliefs rest in our subconscious mind. So we have some control over our conscious mind. That's why we do affirmations. That's why we tell ourselves that things that are not yet come to pass. It's hard to explain, but it's starting to work in my life. Well, it started a while ago, and now it's working pretty good in my life. And I am so grateful to Positive Living Center and Emerson Institute for actually showing me how this works scientifically. It's science of mind. So now I know that if I shift a belief, I can shift reality. Ernest Holmes said, change your thinking, change your life. It took me a while, but my life has changed. Thank you.
Yes, Patti, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Cheyenne, you have some music for us.
I think so.
Beautiful, Cheyenne. Thank you. I surrender. When you're meditating, you're listening to the rain come down, you close your eyes. You can go within and talk with our greater higher self and surrender all things to God. It is the most important thing I can think of that I do each and every day. Beautiful, beautiful music. Our speaker today is Reverend Sandy West. Come on up here, Sandy.
Thank you. You feel so in charge when you have the mic. Oh, it's just such a beautiful day out there today. You know, we've had so much turmoil the last couple of years, and today I woke up here in the rain, and just this peace settled into me that just feels so right and so perfect. The topics we have this month are interesting. And I realized that out of the 3 topics, that purposefulness was the most important for the human. As a human, we've been through a lot of things over the last few years. A lot of turmoil, a lot of illness, a lot of strife. And I noticed that as we were going through that a lot of people, weren't working. They had to stay home. We had to isolate. And people lost that sense of purpose. You weren't getting up in the morning and going to work as you had before. You didn't know how to fix things. You didn't know what to do with your life. And without having that sense of purpose, we were lost. And I realized that in that lostness, there was a living death going on. And how important it was for us to have purpose. Purpose drives us. We get up in the morning and we have our day planned. We have purpose. We have things to do, places to go. All of these kind of things that give us a reason to be alive, a reason to be awake, a reason to be up. And without that, there was such an emptiness, and it wasn't just like a peaceful meditation. It was an emptiness. And it was hard coming back from all the isolation, then to try to get back into being with people, to going out again, to feeling safe and secure as we were out. And it's been a lot of changes, and days like today with the peace in the midst of all of that is a really loving gift from Source. We go forth each day, trying to make a mark, trying to make a difference, trying to be what we wanted to be. And I found that in that we were losing part of the now moment, that just being in the now has purpose. And I noticed that during my cancer, during everything that went on with COVID, I lost the now moment. It was elusive. It was survival. It was just getting through. It was remembering when to take the meds or when I had to go to the doctor. And the purpose, if there was one, was making it to the hospital daily. but I lost a lot of my connection for probably 2 years. And I thought before that I had everything together, that I had gotten where I needed to be, done all the things I needed to do, learned a multitude of lessons. And then I found that I was lost again. Back like when I'd been a teenager, when I'd been in a horrible marriage, lost. But I found that in the lostness, I surrendered. I was able to surrender to God's source, to the divine, whatever word you want to use. And in that surrender, I was able to open my hand and accept the hand of God. I could accept that we were in this together and that I could make it through anything, no matter what the human was doing, with God by my side, with me within God, with me being held within God, however you want to phrase it again. It was a journey back. It started, just a couple minutes a day, then it got to be more, and it got to be glorious, where there are days like this now with just the peace and the beauty and the rain. The rain is so cleansing. It heals, it brings life. We needed it, and it came. What we need always comes. And we have to figure out that whatever it is, it's okay. We can't judge the needs. We can't say this need is better than that need necessarily. To be able to be in the now, to be able to be open, receptive, loving, caring, that's what it's all about. That's what we're here to achieve if you want to have an achievement or a goal. To have an open heart that loves unconditionally, that loves everyone, where you look into the eyes of everyone around you and you can share love, you can share caring. Doesn't matter who they are or what they've done. That's not up to us to judge, but to connect with that divine, the divinity. It is such a gift when we're able to allow that to be, to live within us, to go out from us, to share. For many years, I didn't think I deserved to be loved. I accepted that I was ugly, that I was flawed, that there was a lot wrong with me. And who would want to love me? And because of that, I accepted abuse. I accepted rape. I accepted a lot of things because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel loved. My parents started going to Science of Mine years ago. And I came home their second year in class, and the minister there allowed me to attend class. And I started to get a glimpse of a way out of the hell I had been living in. That there was a way. We didn't get there overnight, of course. It took a long time, but it gave me purpose. I had a reason to live now and not just survive. I had a reason to get up. I had a safe place to go. I had someone I could talk to. God's always there. I talk to God constantly. I'm never alone in the car. I'm always talking to God. It's always there. And I get answers. I get love. I get sharing. And I think the most important thing for us to realize is it doesn't happen overnight. We have a lot to heal, a lot to overcome, a lot to grow, and to be okay with that. And the more we can stay in the now moment, in the purpose of the now moment, we expand. We are more than we have been. We are more of the divinity, more of the energy, more of everything. We are loved. Can you look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you? Can you look in the mirror and recognize that you're loved? That doesn't happen overnight either, but it's something that's important to practice. If we look out at this world and all the war and the hate and the things that are going on, it needs love. The only thing that's going to heal it all is love. And it's up to us to do our share of the loving, to make a difference through the loving and the non-judgment. It is so important. Have you ever gone through a ghetto, the wrong side of town, and you immediately see the difference in light, in color, how the people, the faces, the emotions, the fear that's in the ghetto, all of that. That's not the world we want to live in. We want the love to go there too. The love to be everywhere. We have so many homeless now. So many people out searching, looking, and many times they don't find it. If I hadn't had classes to go to and books to read, I wouldn't have learned it on my own. I had to have guidance. I had to have mentors. I had to have people help me with insights. I had to learn to pray. Not just, thank you for my daily food, but to really have this heartfelt connection with Source, where I could feel the love and the caring, the support, the important parts. It has been a journey, and we're all on this journey. And as we have our purpose, our conscious mind helps us with that. Our conscious mind helps us think of the purpose, work with the purpose, know what we want to do, come to those decisions, to rationalize, realize, whatever it is. The I am is important, but it's an umbrella over all of it. The most important thing for us to get along with the connection with the I am is to understand what our life is like, what the livingness is like, what it is. One of the hardest things I had to do in my life was to step back from my children and my grandchildren and to not tell them what I thought they should do, to not give them all this advice, to be able to just appreciate them and love them as they are, to let them go their ways, to do the drugs if that's what their lesson was, what their choice was. Unconditional love means we don't judge. It's all God. All of it's God. The drugs are God. Everything's God. So if that's how they're using God to learn their lessons, who am I to judge that and take that away from them? I insisted upon doing my own lessons my way. I insisted upon all the things that I did. And I learned. I learned a lot, and I wouldn't be the minister I am today, the therapist that I am today, if I had not had those lessons, if I had not struggled. I was in the slows of despair, Pilgrim's Progress, that was me. And I felt like I was in the muck constantly. Sometimes up to my neck, sometimes to the ankles. But I didn't want to be there anymore. I wanted more than that. I wanted freedom. It used to drive my mother nuts. She wanted, in the classes to have goals and things, and she wanted tangible things. I wasn't focused on tangible things. I wanted freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from anger, freedom from hurting people, freedom from all of that. Not just to be able to say the words that I wanted to say, but so much more than that. To do my best not to hurt anybody anymore. I hurt so many people over my lifetime. And amazingly, I was forgiven over and over and over. And I learned to forgive as I was forgiven. I learned to love as I was loved. It's important that we pay attention to ourselves, what's going on in our lives, what we're doing, how we're handling things. Take a moment and look at yourself. Are you someone you'd want to be friends with? Are you someone you would want to love? That tells you a lot. If you wouldn't want to be a friend with yourself, you're not doing it very well. You're learning your lesson, but if you want more than that, you have to make changes. And change is hard sometimes, but it is necessary. And it is the only constant thing in our life, change. We have change daily from minute to minute. And for each of us, it's different. If we look around this room, each of us is going to describe it differently. We're going to see it differently. We're going to notice different things, different people or different pictures or whatever it is. It's different for each of us. But the constant between all of us is it's changing for each of us. And in the change, anything's possible. We're not stuck in the muck anymore. We can change and become more. We can share more. We can love more. So when you're out there this week, think about what your purpose is. What do you really want to focus on? And it's not like buying a new car or a new picture for your house. What's the purpose for your heart, for your soul? What's the purpose that gets you up every day? That helps you do what you need to do? That lets you want to hug people and be with people and care? The purpose that helps you look people in the eyes and let them see you, let them look into your eyes and see your heart. For many years, I wouldn't look into anyone's eyes. I was so isolated. I remember one time I went to a thing at the PLC years and years and years ago, and I had on an orange skirt and an orange top, bright lipstick. No one remembered me being there. I had made myself so invisible that people didn't remember me. I'm here for more than that. I'm here to love and to care and to share. So as you enjoy the rain today, take a moment and lay down and just listen to it, or dance in it. If it's not too cold, it's fun to dance in the rain. You feel like a fairy out there just going all around and being part of it. But allow yourself to laugh and to love and to be all you can be. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Great reminders. Both speakers gave us things to think about on our paths each and every day. Aren't we always on a path? Wherever we want to go, it's up to us. We can decide how we want to see things, how we want to do things in life. Great recoveries too. Can I ask a couple of people to come forth and help me with offertory this morning? There's one.
I'm here, so am I. Oh.
I'll have you guys wait right here for a moment. Let's do our offertory prayer. Divine love flowing through me, bless us and increase this, all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, ushers.
Can you announce that we're looking for more books for the library? People want to donate books. Thank you guys so much.
All righty. For those on Zoom and for those in the audience, if you are looking on how to send your tithing to the PLC through Luana's email iFocus that she puts out weekly, there is a section about how to give, and there's a little green button up there. You press that, and it tells you instruction on how you can give donations to the center. It keeps the center alive in vivacious. And for those of you on Zoom, same thing there. And if you want to mail in checks, I have a PO box for you. And if you have questions about that, please contact me, and I will direct you on how to do that.
It's also in the iFocus book,
It's also in the iFocus. Everything's in the iFocus.
pretty much.
You want it, it's there. Announcements. Do I have any announcements for anybody this morning?
I have an announcement.
Okay, who's that?
Judy, Reverend Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, honey. I'm just announcing that our next Saturday, the 10th, is our second Saturday for the flute circle and the drum circle. And from the weather report I've seen within the last half an hour or two, it looks like it's going to be clear. So from 4 to 5, 3:30, we start setting up, and come and join us. We've got drums and rattles, and I do believe you're going to be having the flute circle, but I haven't talked to John or today. So.
John is saying yes to the flute circle as well.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you. We're also looking for more books to add to our library, which is right through those front doors. If you have books you want to give out to the library here, please bring those. We could certainly use more of them. I also want to do a shout out to John Milan. He's now on the board of trustees. And through his work with the board, we have new posts and a new gate out front. You probably saw that, and that's because of Steve Stewart putting that together for us. Raise your hand, Steve. There he is. There's the guy. And Daniel too. Thank you both. Thank you both for this. Beautiful. It's wonderful to see that. So thank you all for the hands and the monies that put that together. It's beautiful to see that.
Joe?
Yes. Yes, dear.
Spiritual discussion Tuesday at 5:30.
Spiritual discussion Tuesday at 5:30
on Zoom.
on Zoom. Okay, got that in.
Joe,
Yes.
just a reminder that we can still sign up if you're interested in the spiritual conversations. There's a sign up in the back. I'll just remind you that it's just using a couple books. We've got this thing called You and Practical Spirituality. And you can read a paragraph, you can read a page, you can read a couple pages, and then just visit. And so the idea is connecting people so that you can have those lovely conversations. And Joe and I have been doing this at home for years. And I
Yes.
gotta tell you, it's just a lovely way to sprinkle in within the week. It's something that takes us home to the temple within ourselves, the soul, spirit, love and love ourselves. So
It's a great way to start your day.
all you have to do is sign up, and then I'll help you get connected, and I'll even conference in if you want me to at first, just to help you feel comfortable with it if you've never done it before. But it's groups of 2 to 3, whatever shows up, and sign ups in the back.
Yes, we do that every morning. It's great over coffee. Just to sit and maybe read a couple of paragraphs, and then we discuss what we just read. It's a wonderful way to start a day.
It's together or virtually?
Well, good question. The two of you will decide what works best for you. It could be phone, in person, Zoom, whatever you choose and decide. You'll pick your times.
Yes.
On the sign-up sheet, it actually says what days work for you. Does it work better in the afternoon, early evening, whatever works best for you. And then I'll help you get connected if that's what you want.
What was the second?
The second book is Practical Spirituality, and I'll get you the author's name too if you're interested.
Yeah, see Lamont after service for all that.
Please.
Please. Yeah. Our prayer partner this week is Patti Hummel. For today's session, since she's on Zoom, if you want prayer, direct prayer with a minister or practitioner, grab any one of us. We'll be glad to sit down and pray with you. If you have prayers for yourself or someone else, there's a green frog box in the back. There are sheets of paper there. You can fill out a prayer request, put it in that box, and I will put that out to all ministers and practitioners to pray upon these. We get these requests all the time. I received, I think I put out 3 last week, requests that people asked for us to do, and I love doing that for you. It feels good to get it out there. So thank you for that. Next week's speaker is Reverend Bob Hand. He's going to have a little assistance from John Lalonde, I understand. How's that going to work? Bob, you want to explain that?
I'll give a short talk that will be brilliant.
Yes, of course.
And then I'll read a poem and John will be playing the flute behind the poem.
Wonderful, wonderful. Look forward to that.
Short and brilliant is probably better than long and boring.
Well, I already assumed it was going to be brilliant. It's coming from Bob. Come on. It's time for our prayer of protection. Please say with me, the light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheyenne, you have a song for us? Let's give her some more love, huh? Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you for her band for showing up today. Cheyenne and the Cheyennettes. That was fabulous. Doesn't get any better than that, folks.
Or just the shinies.
Yeah, or the Shinies, yeah. I like that too. Reverend Sandy, you come up and pray us out.
Great.
My body's still jumping and dancing and going up and down. Oh, just close your eyes for a moment and feel the peace of today. And I know and accept that as we all go forth, we're going to carry this peace and unconditional love with us. We're going to radiate it and share it with the world. That every drop of rain that comes down is full of peace and love, healing, gratitude, all of those wonderful attributes. And know that God is, we are, and all is well. Yes. So it is.
Fabulous service. Thank you for coming out in the rain and joining us here. And thank you on Zoomers for being here today. Hope you all have a fabulous week. We'll see you next Sunday. Take care.
We're gonna do another song.
Yeah, feel free.
Or she's gonna do another song.
You do?